I'm JB Mauney, professional bull rider. I'm here with Groove Life. They got me this awesome ring, and for my lifestyle, works out perfect. And they have a no bull warranty. Nailed it. I started riding bulls, big bulls. My first big bull I ever got on when I was 13 years old. Started when I was 3 on sheep, just kept moving up. And 13, it was time for me to move up to big bulls, so I started. And professionally now, this has been my 14th year. Now, to be a professional bull rider, I mean, it takes a lot of heart and try, and you got to be 110% into it. It's not a sport that you go at it weak-hearted or halfway into it. When you climb in that chute and you nod your head, you better be all into it, because it's a sport to where when you nod, that could be the last time you nod. I've had friends of mine get killed riding bulls, seen guys paralyzed, and it's not something that you're halfway in, you gotta be all the way in. It's something I always say, it gets in your blood. You know, once you do it, it's in there and it doesn't come out, and it's like you crave it. Even when I've been injured and stuck at home and sidelined, you know, you get home, they tell you got 6 months before you can ride again, and a week after you get out of the hospital or whatever, you're sitting there craving it. You know, there's a lot of misconceptions to riding bulls, and one, the worst thing people can do is get advice from somebody who has no idea what they're doing, you know, so, and as long as you learn from somebody who knows what they're talking about, then that minimizes the bad habits, the risk you're taking. But I see a lot of young guys, you know, they get on bulls, they listen to guys that, you know, that say they're bull riders, but don't really know the techniques and how to teach it, and, you know, they learn bad habits right off the bat. You know, if you're looking to get into riding bulls and you want to try it, or, you know, there's schools all over the United States, everywhere. Different guys put on schools. I mean, you can go on Google and type in bull riding school, and there's a lot of them that, you know, will pop up, and there's somewhere you can go and somebody will try to teach you the right way to do it. But, you know, if you're gonna do it, go to a really good school, pay the money to go to a good school and learn the right way the first time. A lot of guys who race dirt bikes, you know, guys that race cars, you know, they think their sport's tough. They think, you know, everybody has their own opinion about the sport they're in. And the way I always explain it to them, yeah, it's dangerous, you know, racing dirt bikes and driving a car that fast, you know, it is dangerous, and you can die just as easy riding a bull. And like those dirt bike guys, I've told them before, I said the only difference is when you wreck that dirt bike, it don't come after you and chase you. And like football players and, you know, people like that, they got contracts, they got signed contracts, they get paid, you know, they get injured and have to sit out, they get paid. Bull riders don't. You know, if you don't ride and you don't compete, you don't make any money. That's how you pay your bills. So you'll see bull riders, it takes a different kind of person, because you have to deal with a lot of pain and continue to ride if you want to make money and make a living doing it. It's not a sport where you can just sit at home and you're still getting paid for it. You got to get out there and compete. So, I mean, I've rode with broken jaw, broken leg, torn muscles, you name it, I've just about rode with it. And PBR sent me to do an ESPN deal. And I was like, what do you want me to do? And they were like, well, this is just an interview about bull riding, you know, how tough it is. I was like, all right. So I get there, and we're sitting on a couch, and I got a hockey player on one side and a lineman, football player on the other side. I look like a midget. I look like I was 10 years old sitting between these two guys. I mean, I'm like, and I said, hang on a minute, before they started rolling. They were like, what? I said, so I have to explain why I think my sport's tougher than these two. They got to me, and I went to explaining, like, there's no contract. You don't ride, you don't get paid. So you break your leg, you make a choice in your head. Do I go home and sit at home, or do I keep going? You want to pay your bills, you got bills coming in, better nut up and ride. And by the end of the show, it was kind of funny, because both of them were like, by far, that's the roughest. My go-to saying is, if you can't deal with pain for 8 seconds, you might as well not ride bulls.